and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, here at Eric Deters History, we like telling stories that most of you don't even know about because we don't like to talk about the things that you already know about. That's what makes history great, those stories you don't know about. And this is an incredible, great story. Tomorrow, October 21st, marks an incredible date in American history. It does apply. British history, world history, and that is the history of Horatio Nelson, Admiral Horatio Nelson, in the Battle of Trafalgar on October 21st, 1805. Napoleon, it was assembling hundreds of thousands of troops looking across the English Channel to invade. He was at his height of his power. He already owned the continent, and he had a navy. And his navy was trying to figure out a way to help get all those troops over there. You can't make this up. Horatio Nelson chased the French commander, Pierre-Charles Villeneuve, all the way to the West Indies and back. Nelson was trying to get a chance to take him on, right? And it finally happened at the Battle of Trafalgar off the coast of Spain. And it's a wild story. Horatio Nelson's ship was called the HMS Victory. Now, Horatio Nelson was an incredible leader. He had already lost his arm, his right arm, and an eye, serving in the Navy fleet, the British Navy fleet. Well, what happened at the Battle of Trafalgar changed history, European history, really American history, all history forever. And it's this. They always would go up next to each other, these battleships, and they would unload on each other. Well, what Nelson did at the Battle of Trafalgar is he had his ships go straight into, perpendicular, two lines into the French Navy. Caused great confusion. The battle ensued. Nelson lost his life. Why? Because he dressed that fancy. He dressed that fancy, so there was always snipers on top of other ships shooting. And he got shot and he died. Terrible loss. But he died a national freaking hero because it worked. He destroyed, you ready for this? The French had 33 ships, the Brits 27. The French lost 4,395 killed. The Brits only 458. Only 2,541 wounded by the French sailors, the Brits, 1,200. 7,000 to 8,000 French sailors captured. 21 ships destroyed. This ended any hope of the invasion of France or England by Napoleon. And Napoleon would later lose to the Duke of Wellington and all of his allies by being a dumbass in France and Russia, Spain and Russia. But the bottom line is it was an incredible victory. Now, what is the significance of this in world history? This led to over 100 years of dominance by the British Navy in the world. TR built up the American Navy to where it became dominant, but that was 100 years later. For 100 years, the British ruled the seas because of this battle. It's pretty amazing. And it was all due to Horatio Nelson, a great Brit. What do you think about that? But we got a Brit in the, do the British honor Horatio Nelson?
Yes, we do. In London, we've got a famous Trafalgar Square, and we have a big column, and it's called Nelson's Column.
And I understand the British Royal Navy stops and pauses every October 21st to honor this guy, like a moment of silence on all their ships.
Rule Britannia, Britannia ruled the waves.
Yes, they sure did.
And question for you, Deters, who was the king at the time?
In 1805, King George III.
Yes, congratulations. Well done. I try and stump him, and I can't stump him.
People don't know this, but King George III lived long, and was a great long reign. All right, this is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. How's that for some history?